Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first installment of the fan cams for 2026. As the Blues get the job done. I actually didn't catch the final score just then, but actually beat the Lions just now. In the first match simulation of the year, it was 16 goals, 12, 108 to 13 goals, 10, 88. So I guess a positive start to the preseason now that the match simulation is beginning. But that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to unpack it all. If you would like to call in to the fan cams, please get in touch. Let me know. I have a feeling I might have to share the link in a different way. So give me a moment. I'll do that now. I'll put it in the live chat shortly. But yeah, this is the forum for you guys to come in and share your thoughts on what you are seeing out there. So there you go. There is the link in the live chat. Just click that. You'll come into the green room and I will get you in from there. So let's unpack what we saw. We'll start with the one and only Joe Adamo.
I got to be careful, Tez.
Very careful, Joe. Very careful.
I got to be real careful after watching that. I actually missed the first quarter. Apparently, the first quarter was quite poor, so I'm glad I missed that. But from quarter time onwards, what I just watched was a team that showed intent with ball in hand to stick to a process that we have been told they are trying to layer into the game. Yep. We took kicks into the corridor, bit off the 45. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. But when it worked, and when we came off turnover out of the back half, mate, when have we seen our team run like that in waves from the back half? How long has it been, man? Like, I know it's a practice match, and that's why I'm keeping a very firm lid on it, but there's signs there, man. No one can tell me otherwise. There are signs there from what we just saw.
Yeah. You missed the best part of it. I think the first quarter, I mean, you're always looking for patterns of play that look different to what we've seen. You know, what's different? What's it going to look like? It was just so hard to see anything in the first quarter because they just weren't able to hit targets. And so whatever they were trying to do was just, they were making it so hard for themselves. And then Brisbane just showed exactly why they're the two-time premiers. So yeah, that was tough. But they just sort of dug in and hung in there a bit. And then you started to see it in that second quarter. I actually took note of the first clean passage of play in the second quarter that I noticed. It was the one Williams started it off half back. The ball went out to Chero, who actually moved laterally in the corridor. Hit Hewitt, who waited, who hit up Ainsworth, I think it is.
Yep.
And then he hit that, kicked the goal, and I thought, okay, there we go. And then it started sort of rolling from there. But yeah, some nice moments.
It felt like it was just, I mean, look, it wasn't. This is the thing that I think we've all got to remember. It's not going to be perfect. No team plays perfect footy for 4 quarters, right? Like, I think if we're still in the mindset that we're expecting 4 quarters of perfection, it's very rare that you see a team do that week in, week out. Even Brisbane, at the back-to-back premiers, very rare that week to week they're going to be able to put together a full, complete, perfect four-quarter performance, right? But we just put together 3, and we put together 3 really, really impressive quarters against a quality opposition, regardless of what the circumstance was around about it being match sim. We can only judge this now based on what they're showing us with the environment that they've been given. We've got Brisbane this week. We've just beaten them in a practice match. You got Geelong next week, another quality opposition. We come out and do that again with the same intent next week, and we show signs that the executability is there, and we're using the ball better, and the intent stays, and these fresh faces like Ainsworth and Haywood and Florent, like, it just looked so infinitely better than what we have seen. Infinitely.
It's amazing what a couple of handy half forwards who are clever and have IQ does. That was the big hole, wasn't it?
Mate, the forward line was operating on in a way that we just haven't seen.
Yeah.
like an open forward line. You had like running patterns. Like as we were going inside 50, all right, we didn't hit the inside 50 kick every time, and it wasn't perfect, but you could see the running patterns of the forwards. You could see Hayward working off the ball. You could see Ainsworth working off the ball. Harry didn't have the best night, but like it's going to open up opportunity for him to break open games. Kemp looked really dangerous. If it wasn't him, it was Byrne in the last quarter. Like we just had contributors everywhere in that front half, and I'm just blown away. I'm blown away at how quickly that has shown itself based on the changes that they're clearly working on in the off season. Now, it's practice. It's practice. It's a match sim. We've got another practice game. We could get to round one and this could fall apart when the season starts. It's a different pressure. I get it. But, mate, if that intent is there for 4 quarters, it's going to work more often than not. It just has to. That style of play is just infinitely better than what we've seen in that 3 quarters. It just is, Tez. It just is.
Yeah. The intent, there's no doubt about that. I mean, it's everyone's going to say this, every club at this time of year, but I think for this club, if you can win the supporters over early in the season, you can build momentum. And I think this club, we're talking about competitive advantage on Monday night. It's the fan base. And if you can activate the fan base, then you can do some really good things. And so it's really important. I know it's cliche, but you got to start the season early because there's so much at stake. There's so many storylines that are emerging. I get the sense that after that, and maybe if they can just roll that into Geelong and not necessarily win the game against Geelong next week, but just keep showing the passages that they showed today and, the intensity that they showed today, bring that into the season, stay healthy and just go from there.
The result tonight didn't matter for me until we hit the front in the last quarter. Then I went, all right, we now need to show that we can hold on in this scenario, right? The result up until that point couldn't have cared less. I was just impressed with the intent and the way that we were trying to move the footy and how we were trying to play. It'll be the same for Geelong next week. The result for me won't matter as long as the intent is there, and the result will come into play in the final quarter if we have to show that we can see a game out, essentially. That's what this is for. Ticked every box in terms of the expectation around intent. Ticked every box tonight as a dress rehearsal for how we want to show up. That's how I want my football club to show up every week. Looking 100%. Like that. That's it.
100%. No,
that's it, man.
It's well said.
I got half a stiffy. I'll say that. Half.
I feel for someone like Jagger, right? Because whatever, we're excited, but Brownlow Jagger, it's like, oh.
No, I'm not. No. I'm not
putting go. Like, let the kid play. Yeah. But I get it.
No pressure. No pressure on these kids. No pressure on any individual. Team, collective. Show up like that collectively each week, and we will be happy. That's it. That's it.
Love it.
No more Messiah. No more Messiah complex tests. It's got to go.
No.
It's got to go.
No, I'm with you. Well, mate, that's great. It's a good start. Good to have you back on, and away we go.
We'll see you Friday.
Go Blues.
See you, mate.
All right. I've got Tyler here. I think he's there. I think he's at the ground.
At the ground. Hey, Terry, how you going? Yeah, hey, mate.
From the Michael Voss Oval.
From the Michael Voss Oval itself, yeah. That was really, really, really good. Very happy. Very, very happy. Missed the first quarter because traffic was horrendous, but got to the second quarter and we just kept going. It was great to watch. Great game. A lot of talking. I sat behind the goals in the third quarter, and that forward line, all I just heard was talk, leading patterns, and all of that was great. Really good game.
You'll be one of the few people that actually was at the ground that'll be on this show tonight. So yeah, that's a really interesting insight there.
Yeah, no, it was just fascinating. So as I said, like on third quarter, I sat behind the goals, and then I ended up sitting on the wing and just watching how we transitioned that football from either from end to end or from side to side. The talking and the yelling, and you'd see a lot of players like funnily enough, like Gov in the back, you'd hear Ollie Florent, you'd hear them just absolutely yelling at each other, like saying, "Come on, go this way, cut it off." Like there was just a lot of talking and a lot of just intent, as Joe just said. It was a lot of intent, and they absolutely went for it. The one thing you didn't see, I don't know if it was on the screen or not. Will Hayward, fourth quarter, he had a very good game. I was very impressed with him. He was absolutely upchucking on the court at the very end of the game
Was
because it
that him?
showed that he
Will
absolutely
Hayward
that
chucking?
was Will Hayward. He
Yeah.
absolutely gave it his all, and I love that. I love the intent and just how he moved the ball, and we didn't look as predictable as we have in the past, I suppose. So, no. What did you think?
I I thought it took a bit for them to get used to each other. I think maybe at quarter
Yeah,
time,
definitely.
I can only assume the message might have been just chill, just relax, because the Lions were clinical with the way they were moving the ball.
They were brilliant.
Oh, mate, they're first class. The way they kick the ball,
Yeah.
you look at Zorko, the way that he just moves the ball by foot. I mean, Kadeem Coleman just slots in there, and the rest. But it's for us for a long time we seem to kick to areas, whereas the best teams kick to specific players, and so that's a work in progress. That's no secret. We're not the best by foot, but it definitely started getting a lot more better once they started working their way through it. I actually thought Zach Williams behind the ball with some of the kicking sparked us in that second quarter, and I don't know what his stats were. I don't really care, but I think his
definitely.
kicking behind the ball is a positive. And once you started seeing the confidence come to light, amazing things happened.
Yeah, no, 100%. And like, I think one of the players I really do, obviously Jagger. Look, come on, that he was amazing to watch live, and especially like he's always in the play, or he's just behind the play. So like he's very good at getting space, But one of the even Moya had a good go, but the one player that it was impressive to watch was Ainsworth. Oh,
I'll just let you know that
seriously.
the chat is actually calling you Ben Ainsworth. They think you look like him.
That's funny. No, Ben was absolutely incredible to watch, and he's just there. He was just at every like when that ball dropped, he was scrumming it perfectly, or he was getting into good positions. Like it was just even amazing how he spread as well. So like not crowing anything just yet, but like seriously, good game to watch. And what can you say? What can
Look,
you
it's a good
say?
start. I think that's the
Yeah, it's a
bottom
good
line.
start.
It's
Exactly.
a good start.
100%.
Look, like I said to Joe, like we've got to find some positive momentum as early as we can, because as soon as the Blues find positive momentum, whatever the Blues are doing, it amplifies with the fan base. So if they're not going well, it amplifies. If they are going well, it amplifies. So it's just really important to move along. Like how long have we been waiting to put 25 behind us and start talking about 2026? And then, all of a sudden, I'm sure tonight, Reedy will get a run. I'm sure Taylor Byrne will get a run. I'm sure Ainsworth, Hayward. So we're ready. We're ready to start moving along.
I was actually really impressed with Reedy. Very, very impressed with him. They all of the debutants had a go. And then what's this Durkins, or the guy that got in? Like
Wade,
I was
his name
actually
is
really
Wade.
happy with him.
Yeah. No, look, mate, they're playing for a spot. They got no choice.
It was actually the one last thing I wanted to say, because I was really paying attention to one player in particular, was Lidge. He was very. It was all right game from him, but like he is doing a lot. He's doing a lot of things right, but anyway, we'll find out if he gets the list spot or not. But like he did go for it at times, especially like the link-up play with Ollie as well, like with his brother. So, like, yeah, it was all right.
Yeah. Tyler, I'm going to let you go,
Yep.
my friend, but thanks so much for
All
calling
right.
in from over there.
No worries. Catch you, Terry.
See you, mate. All the way from Michael Voss Oval. All right, Riley from the other side of the world.
Other side of the world still, my friend. How are you?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. First match sim in the books. Talk to me. What was the first thing you noticed within, your first impressions?
First impressions. I was reading an interview with Travis Boak a couple of days ago, and the effect that the Sydney boys had, but that extroverted personalities have had on this group, and I think you could really see that in the way we played. But particularly after quarter time, where we obviously, took about a quarter to settle, which you can expect with different personnel, coming through the side. But there was a lot more, I think, ambition with the way we went about it. Now, how much is that down to Brisbane? I don't think too much, because I think Brisbane gave it a pretty decent dig. But yeah, it was a lot cleaner after quarter time. I think there was a lot more flair with the ball movement. Yes, there were some mistakes, but you expect that in preseason games. I think that use of corridor as well at certain times, and that link-up play, that wave running that Joe mentioned earlier, it was really good to see. And you take out of these games individuals as well. I thought the new recruits by and large were outstanding. There was, obviously a lot of the praise will go to Ainsworth and Haywood, absolutely. But I think some of the involvement started Jagger for one, which everyone knows will get a run. But Harry Dean, watching Harry Dean tonight and his first movements reminded me of when Jacob Wiedering first started, and that composure he had in some really tough situations one-on-one, especially that scenario where he outmarked Oscar Allen. That is impressive. That is impressive for an 18-year-old.
Did anybody else get a little jolt to their heart when Dean got knocked over and then he went straight at whoever it was? Like, did anyone else feel that? Because that's the type of attitude that we need. No doubt about it. Yeah, it was good to see.
And it's a bit of mongrel about him, which is again competitive nature, which he displayed as well.
He gave away the free kick, but I'm okay with that.
In those situations, I don't care if you give away, free kick, particularly pre-season, because you don't want to be, walked over. And showing that very early is a very good sign. The way I actually think after quarter time we defended relatively well as well, because there was still, ample supply, particularly, sort of in that third quarter going into Brisbane's forward half, and good supply and very good ball users. So to still restrict them under 90 points, considering the way we started, I thought was pretty impressive. At the same time, I think no injuries is the main sort of thing. I probably have a feeling as well tonight's going to be the harder of the two headouts, considering we play in a fortnight. So no, I'm very impressed. Very impressed. Keeping a lid on it, but very impressed with how we went about it.
Did anybody else see Chera? I don't know if he hurt himself in one of those contests. Was it in that fourth quarter maybe? Did anybody else see it? And if anybody was at the ground, I forgot to ask Tyler just now. I thought he came off a little ginger in one of those contests there. I just don't know if anyone else saw that.
Well, let's hope not, obviously. Hopefully it's just a knock. I mean, Saad was also got knocked early as well. So, but look, first impressions, very impressed, but it's a first step. It's a fortnight to go. We know how big that Sydney game is going to be, and we know how important the start of the season is going to be to this group. A lot of new personalities, a lot of external pressure and noise. Now the club have done very well to this point of keeping that out, I think, and being very much tight, connected, inside the four walls. But I also think getting off to, a really strong, positive start to the season is going to be a key for us. So we set ourselves up well, but it's the first step.
Yeah, that's it, mate. One step at a time, one of many.
One of many.
Did you think anybody looked noticeably fitter, stronger, maybe more composed, maybe more ready to go up a level?
I think Walsh has put on size. Maybe it's just the hairband edition. But I think he looked very strong. I think Brody Kemp looks in fantastic condition considering he's come back off an Achilles. And I thought for his first match back played pretty well. There was certainly, and maybe this is elements of the personnel and its eye test because you don't have official stats in match simulations, right? But I think collectively, as you want to be doing in February, they were running on top of the ground. And the way that the team ran out the game tonight, yes, there was 27, 28 players to choose from, I thought was very, very, very impressive. In the last couple of pre-seasons, in those sorts of games, there was a lot of fatigue would set in early, and we looked quite slow. Whereas tonight, there was a lot more zippiness to them, to the way we transitioned offensively and defensively, and that was all the way towards the end of the game. So it's really positive signs, and I think we just need that to really continue.
Yeah, I was a bit reserved in giving Taylor Byrne a plug up until I saw him play, and then that's you get one chance at a first impression. And I know that it's a match simulation, but when you're a young kid when you're a new recruit or a young kid that's fresh onto the scene, your first impression, you get one chance at it, and that's a good positive start for the young man, and I hope he finds some confidence from that.
So would you classify him then as a potential round one opening round bolter? Or do you feel think in the pecking order he might be a little bit off?
Well, what's he come on today? He's come on in the second half. I don't think he started the match on the field. I think he might have come on either I think he came in the fourth. Correct me if I'm wrong, but definitely in the second half. Gets a bit of confidence. There's little something there. I mean, Ainsworth and his ability to position himself was something we haven't seen a lot of with our forwards.
Yeah, and I think, and to be fair though, he wasn't the only one, because there was a couple of resulting free kicks to Brisbane in that. But even you saw tonight, there was a particular play with Jagger where he's just roved that off the hands off the pack. When was the last time we saw a midfielder push forward and genuinely do that for Carlton? Not to hype up the kid too much, but his forward running and position and reading the ball off the hands like that just it's different. It's good,
mate. It is. What time is it for you?
It is 10 a.m. 10 a.m.
Okay.
So it's not too bad. I get to enjoy the day. And
we've had a Melbourne caller. We've had a caller from the Oval in Brisbane, and now you in London. So fantastic.
But good to be back, mate. Good for 2026 to get off to a good start. Let's hope it continues against the Cats.
Absolutely, mate. We'll speak to you soon.
Speak soon, mate. Bye.
See ya. All right. Joel. Hello, sir.
Terry, how are we?
Is that a smile?
Well, it is. I just checked. I just looked at the score. I mean, I just tuned in literally. I saw we beat the Brisbane Lions.
Yeah.
In a practice match.
Yeah, we did. I don't know if the result is as important. Maybe once it got tight in the fourth, it was like, all right, go ahead and win the game. But I think more so the way in which the guys play. So wait, you haven't watched the game itself?
No, I haven't watched the game. So okay. I'm going to leave you to do the guessing in terms of what I'd generally be tuning in for, my key issues or Achilles heels which I have with the club. What do you think? Sorry to do this, Terry, but I'm a mean bastard. What do you think I would have liked from tonight?
No, you know what? Be accountable. Go and watch the game yourself. I'm not going to do your homework for you. Standards, Joel. Standards, mate. No. Look, watch it. You'll be, just have some patience for the first quarter. It was a bit sloppy, but it got better. So
I've just got a mate. Yeah, okay, you go. No.
Yeah, I was going to say, definitely give it a watch. Watch it. Yeah, well, I mean, watch it. It's worth it, and you'll see some fresh faces. You'll see some differences. I think anyway. I saw some guys really giving it a shot.
So in terms of personnel, I heard mate told me, is it Tyler Byrne kicked a few goals?
Kicked 3 in the fourth, but we got a really good even contribution. Ainsworth kicked 4, Hayward kicked a couple. Harry kicked 1, but I think Harry didn't really need to dominate the game on the scoreboard. It was look, I'll let you watch it, and you can come back to me when you've got your notes, and we can share them.
That's fair. Cool. Okay, that's fair enough. I'm getting things popping up everywhere on my computer, so it's time for me to go. All right, thanks, Terry.
All right.
Hope
See
you had a
mate.
good time watching, and cheers, everyone. Thank you.
See you, Joel. All right. The besties, Jazz and Hannah. Hello.
Hi, Terry. Oh my God, can you
Uh-oh.
believe that we're winning the flag?
Okay, just relax.
Can you believe we're winning the flag?
Just relax.
We've beat the reigning premiers, and I think that, oh my God, Jagger Smith is going to save our club.
Okay, okay, just relax, please.
She just wanted to call and say that.
Yeah. And it was, listen.
No, I think it was
stuff.
solid. To be honest, I was ready to throw the remote at the TV, the first quarter. I was like, oh, I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
So it was actually really good to see them. It was almost like they just needed that first quarter to gel. They looked very disconnected, and then as the game went on, they got more and more connected on the same page and stuff. So I'm excited because the forward line doesn't look predictable, and you don't know what they're going to do and where it's going to go. And I think that's going to throw everybody else off, which is great. I think.
And multiple goal kickers, which is exciting.
And like multiple goal kickers kicking multiple goals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When did we see that, Joe?
Not often.
Yeah.
I think that forward line, I mean, Hayward and Ainsworth will get a lot of the credit, but I even thought, even when Elijah was in there, he's just got the IQ. I mean, just sign him. Just sign the contract now.
I think they have to. I think if they don't, they're going to have a lot of angry supporters. I think he's proven himself and that he really wants to play and he's serious about football and he's done the work to not make those mistakes again. And I think that it would be really unfair for us to not give him a shot because everybody makes mistakes, you know?
I think he's a shoo-in now anyway. I actually don't think we have anything to worry about.
Yeah, well, the big test for him last year was what is the environment at the club? And obviously it wasn't very good. And so if the environment of the club's improved this year, like we hope it has and does, then that's going to make it a lot easier for him to get back to his best. And good little storylines. Your boy Brody Kemp in that forward line.
He's doing little things. He didn't kick a goal tonight, but he did a lot of like good little things.
Yeah.
He's coming off like almost a year.
Yeah, so we got to give him some time. He's he needs a little bit of time. I'm not really worried about him. I'm a little bit annoyed that we didn't get to see like Blake. I was excited to see Blake, but he didn't play. Yeah. And I think the fact that we're still got to welcome back like Nick Newman, Lockie Cowan, Nick Haynes, Jacob Wiedering, Patrick Cripps, Blake Akers, like there's so many guys that you don't realize that actually didn't even play tonight. So there's still a lot more to add, which is cool and good and nice. And I'm really excited, but I don't want to say too much because I'm not like her. Because I'm really still like, we got to be careful. It is Carlton at the end of the day.
I think there's positive signs. That's all I wanted to see is like we can build off something.
Yeah. No, totally.
A little bit less predictable, like going into the forward line and stuff as well.
I'm glad we got the win as well, especially
and held on like that.
Yeah,
like even though it means nothing.
I think once it got to that last 10 minutes, it was like, all right, win the game. Like perfect opportunity. The Lions will lift. I mean, they're so good when they kick the ball the way they do, and the way they punish you. So I mean, that's a good outfit. And then I don't know if Walsh played in that second half.
I don't think he did much, no.
Yeah.
Which is good. I also don't think Jagger was out there much.
Don't think he played in the second half.
Yeah, and Harry wasn't out there much either. So there's still that. I think that's because I wasn't sure if they were going to play Jagger next week or if they were going to rest him before the season starts. But I think because they've given him less minutes, they'll probably do the same thing next week and give him a couple minutes.
Yeah.
I'm just glad that touch wood there was no issues injury wise. I mean,
Adam Sard gave us a scare like twice.
Yeah, and then he had hamstring awareness. Is that right?
Yeah. Assad?
Yeah.
Sard, yeah.
I'm not sure, to be honest. Now, correct me if I'm wrong again. I think today is day 1 of Ramadan.
Yes, that's correct.
So he probably wouldn't have eaten anything until after half time.
Yeah.
I've got to check that. But if that's the case, then Yeah, because I noticed in that the very first goal that they kicked, like Saad, like it was just a broken tackle, and he just didn't have the strength for it. But anyway, we
But
move
you
along.
know, Ramadan Saad is the best Saad.
Ramadan Saad is the best Saad, absolutely. All right. Well, ladies, thanks for calling. See you Friday.
Yeah, see you Friday. See you
All right.
Friday.
Go Blues. Andy, tomorrow's day one. My apologies. Okay, tomorrow's day one. All right, let's move along. Let's get Monster, aka Joel. Hello, sir.
Tez, good to see you, mate. Happy 26, and look, I'm happy with that. I'm not ecstatic, but it's a brand new brand of footy that we needed to play last year, and we didn't. The imports have done really, really well. Look, mate, I wasn't home for the first quarter, but I tell you what, that goal from Jago, that got me frothing, mate. It really did.
Yeah, I started to smell the toys being thrown, or see the toys being thrown out of the cot at quarter time. But yeah, they settled, which was the main thing. And yeah, it's a funny thing once the momentum goes one way or the other, because once they started finding each other by foot, it became infectious, and then the passages of play started looking a lot better. And yeah, look, that's just the first hit out. A lot of them were blowing cobwebs out, even on both sides. I mean, the first 5 minutes were pretty ugly for both teams. So, yeah.
Well, like I said, I did watch the highlight. The reel was I think on AFL's app. I looked at that on the way home, and I'm just like, yes, finally, we've got someone who's reading the ball from, coming off a pack and just slotting it. Like we needed so much more of that. And I'm looking through the rest of the game, again, just the ball movement was so much better than last year. We just kicked to the pack every time, and we don't have the skill set to be plucking balls out of a pack.
One of the big things I'll be looking for this year is the body language of the group. So if I was to ask you, what was your perception of the body language of the group, what would you say?
They definitely were carrying themselves a lot better. They looked lighter on their feet. They seemed more mobile, just more into it. There was more buy-in from the group that, hey, we can go out and do this, and we may not win it, but we'll still show that we've got some skills. That's what I was sort of looking at in the, I think it was probably 5 to 10 minutes into the second when I finally got it up and running and was watching. But again, like just starting to, it's still a bit messy when I started watching, and then all of a sudden, Ainsworth got a goal. Then he got a second one, not too short, long after that. Just looking at some notes here, it just, the ball movement, it was handballs, there were some leads, people were getting loose. It just looked a lot better than, I've got no one to kick to, no one's leading, I just have to kick it to the pack. And that's been really our MO for the past probably 3 seasons, I would say. And it's come off for us pretty well at some points, and others it just works completely against us. And now we've got a lot more movement through the centre. Again, Jagger did well with that. A few others did well with that. And just quick hands, quick ball movement. The handballs were coming thick and fast. There was a couple of occasions we held on too long, couldn't get rid of it quickly enough. But that's just footy.
That'll happen. The game is so imperfect, and that'll happen. It's just a matter of limiting it as much as you can. They're going to make mistakes. There were so many kicks where they chose the corridor option and turned it over. I don't mind that personally. That's the option. That's the mentality I like to see.
When we turned them around a couple of times, it did open up the game, and we did get a good, forward 50 entry. Whether we capitalised on that or not, that didn't really matter. But we were struggling. We turned it around, got over the other side, or turned it back inside when we were crossing and got through the centre then. So all of those are really good things. And I'm really happy with the pickups. Florent did pretty well. Ainsworth was fantastic. Yep. That's really given me some hope for this year. Just remembered Fogarty and Moore. I linked up for a goal at one point. Just quick hands, getting it through. That's what I wanted to see. And look, as for Lige, I was pretty impressed. I think we said I've talked before. I said I'm probably not the biggest fan of Lige. I feel like he's probably had enough chances overall, but he is a talented player. I think on that, I would want to put him in, and I think he actually put his brother to shame, at least in the ball handling department there tonight. Ollie, I don't have a lot of trust in him to have the ball stick. It does seem to come out more often than not. He gets caught a lot more than he probably should. Those kind of things. I think Lige is probably the premier Holland's brother at the moment. Okay. And cool. I guess the other two I want to mention, Taylor Byrne there at the end. Obviously, the first goal didn't really get the kudos from the rest of the team because they were banging it up. But again, there was a bit of feeling there. I can't remember who jumped in there, but there's quite a bit of argy-bargy.
Actually, Reedy actually sucked them all.
Yeah, Reedy was right in it, and I'm just finally we've got someone who'll stand up.
Yeah, he sucked him in beautifully, and all the lines went to Reedy, and then Byrne just like a sneaky small forward should. He just went for it. So anyway, mate, thanks for calling in. I'm going to move along because I've got a lot of people in the waiting room, but I appreciate you.
Absolutely. Just want to shout out, mate. I'll see you in a couple of weeks up here, and I also want to shout out the pre-game function up in Sydney. I'll put it in the chat in a minute. Please come along. And,
mate, I'm telling you,
go Blues.
Be ready for us. Be ready for us. We'll be coming down.
Hopefully, everyone will be in good cheer after this effort. And look. Let's see what happens next week with Geelong. Hopefully it's all good, mate. But I'll catch you later. Thanks very much.
Good on you. Thank you, mate. Bye. All righty. Who we got next? There's a lot of you in here. Andy from the Monday Blues.
Go on, Tez.
First impressions, mate. Finally get to move on. Finally we get to move on and get on with it.
Yeah, that's the best part about it. Oh, clean slate. New year, there is a lot of work to do, definitely a lot of work to do. But hey man, I liked what I saw. We're down by 5 goals. We found a way, and we did it without a lot of stars. A different look going forward. It was nice. It was nice.
I mean, you never want to see Wiedering not play and go down and all of that, but there sort of was a bit of a blessing because sometimes when the big dogs are in there, you just rely on them to get the job done. That back line tonight was led by Lewis Young, Mitch McGovern, Wade Dirksen, who just got to the group 5 minutes ago.
I like him.
Yeah, he was composed. He was up for it.
Yeah, he was. That's a good way to describe it. He's up for it. I really liked what I saw from him. It's opportunity, yeah. Like a person goes down, like you said, you don't want to see it. We hate it, especially when it's someone like Wieders. But opportunities, and this is what a clean slate does. It gives people an opportunity. So it was nice to see a lot of players take that opportunity tonight. I personally, like everybody, watching Jagger move was amazing with ball, but I was watching him without the ball as much as I could on TV. And man, the way he barks orders, like he's pointing, like kick it there, or like he's just guiding the person with the ball. I love that. He shouldn't be doing that at 18, 19 years old. So it's good that comes naturally to him. So we need that. We need on-field leaders. And if the seed's planted at 19 years old, let's go. Like that's a gift in itself. So I really enjoyed it, and I think most Carlton supporters should sit back and just give us a chance this year. Like even look, I'm conflicted within myself because I think about these guys have let us down so much, and there is a scar there, but it's a new year, and there's a lot of fresh faces.
That's the hardest part. Not allowing the past, which it's not just last year. I'm going to try and not use the word 30 years as much as I can, but I believe, I could be wrong. We just got to try our best not to put that onto, Will Hayward has no fucking care in the world about what that is. He doesn't care. It's got nothing to do with him. It's got nothing to do with any of them, actually. So, yeah, it's hard to forgive. I get that. But I think this group are going to need as much help as they can get. 1%. If the fan base gives them 1% extra, they'll need it.
Yeah, of course. And I think it's on the fans. I think we're all responsible for the energy. That's playing group, that's coaching group. And it's the fans as well. There's 100,000 of us at games, 80,000 of us, 50,000 of us. We are just as responsible for the energy that comes out of that club as anybody. So I think it's important for fans to just stay steady, just chill out. We're not going to win the flag. No one's saying we're going to win the flag.
No.
If it happens, amazing. We all want us to win the flag.
Oh, if it happens, everyone, this is going to become receipts abroad. I'm telling you, man.
100%. 100%. But I just think as supporters, we're all responsible for keeping a level head at the moment. I've used the word heightened for so long, and we need to stop that. I need to stop that personally. I'm 100% complicit. When Weeders went down, I was spiraling.
Oh man, I ruined Valentine's Day, man. I ruined it.
Same. Oh man, I'm sure a lot of us did. So let's just chill out and just enjoy what's to come. There's a lot of we want to change. We begged for change last year.
Yeah,
we got change, and there are still some people out there who are just so negative on the club. What do you want? What do you want? We want to change. We got change. Let it play out now.
Yeah.
I'm excited. And today gave me a reason to be excited. Like I said, we're probably not going to win the flag, but it's going to be a fun and interesting ride, as it always is for Carlton. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it, man.
I love it, man. I love it. Well, thanks for calling in. See you Friday.
Yes. Yeah. Hey, I can't wait, man. I can't wait. Make sure you get your tickets, guys. The Blue Broad live show. Can't wait.
It's going to be epic. I'm looking forward to it, man.
Absolutely.
All right.
Take care, Tez.
All right. I think I've got Danielle and the girls. Are you parked? Okay. Hello.
Hey, how you going?
I'm good. Are you guys? Hello. Are you calling in from the ground?
We're in the car park at Macca's on the way home.
Amazing. So you were there tonight?
We were there. Couldn't let Tyler be the only one calling up from there. So, yeah, it was a good night. We weren't expecting that one at all.
No, what'd you think? What did you think out there?
Well, I said to the girls, don't expect to win. Going there. I just said, our back line is, we've got so many players out, but we're going to see the boys. We're going to see, all the new players and what they can contribute to the team. And, walk away with a win. That was fantastic. Yeah.
Some fresh faces to see, and I think finally, like I said with Andy just now, just a step in the next direction, and we can all just move on and get on with it and get behind whatever this version of the club is, and just let's just trust that the right people have put the right decisions in place.
Yeah, it was where we were sitting. We were quite low, so it was hard to get a good vantage point to see everything. So it would be good to be able to see a replay and really, you know, have a good look at everything that was happening. But I was messaging my brother throughout the game, and he was kind of saying it's like this kind of like chaotic football, but it's working in a sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, we really loved like what all the newbies were contributing, and Dirkser, like what how long has he been in the team for? Like 2 weeks or something?
Who's that? Dirksen. So Dirksen was signed to the VFL team, and then he was invited to take one of the train-on spots where the club parted ways with Will White.
Will White, yeah.
And I mean, look, that's a good first impression out there tonight. I think it might be.
Yeah, he's definitely playing for a spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that was. He hasn't been in the team for long at all. So I felt that like that first quarter, you could tell like how many new players were in the team, and it just looked like the Lions just knew where each other were at all the time, and we didn't have that. But as the game progressed, you could see us gelling a lot better.
Yeah.
Which was really good to see. Was there some news on Ches?
No, look, I thought I saw him leave a contest a little bit gingerly. I'm checking Twitter as we are live. I haven't seen anything.
Okay.
In terms of injuries, I mean, if there is, I'll let everybody know as I read it. But I think we got through unscathed. I think Adam Saar was a little bit sore and knocked up.
He had a couple of big hits, Sadi.
Yeah, he did.
And then I was told that he went off for a bit with hamstring awareness, but then came back on.
I don't know. I didn't see that. I didn't see that. Yeah.
But he came back on, and when he marked that ball on the 50, and he went to go and pass it off, and I was yelling out, I'm like, go for it, come on, go for it. And there was a bit of a wolf in that crowd, so yeah.
Well, I think the hamstring was tested in that kick, so I think he's all right.
Yeah. Well, that was last quarter, but that was a great goal. Yeah, and it was quite funny. I was in the line buying some chips for the kids for 45 minutes or more. And I got to the front, and I'm like, what's going on here? They said, we were told 200 people would be at the game. I'm like, 200 people?
Yeah, right.
I said, you're playing Carlton. Yeah, so that was quite funny.
Yep.
Yeah. Say hi. Hi.
Hey. All right. Well, I'll let you go, but thank you very much for calling through.
No dramas. Thanks, Tez. Enjoy, everyone. And good luck with your function this week.
Thank you very much. We will.
All the
Don't
best.
worry.
Yeah.
Bye.
All right. See you. Bye.
All righty. Chris. Hello, mate.
Hi. How you going?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad, mate. First time on the show.
Thought you looked.
So be nice.
You looked fresh. Thanks for calling in.
Yeah. No, absolutely. So I've watched the show a fair few times, like all your content, Tez. It was good. It was great. I enjoyed the new faces. I enjoyed the new injection of enthusiasm. I think a lot of people have said the new look in the forward line was really good and refreshing to see, being less one-dimensional. Harry didn't really have a good game, but it didn't really matter, did it? Because the actual forward line was a lot more fluid. I think, obviously they were a little bit under strength as well. Charlie Cameron didn't play, Rayner didn't play, but on the flip side, Weeders and Cripper didn't play for us, and Nick Newman will come back, etc., etc. So I just think in the end, and I think you've mentioned this already, Tez, we needed to win that game in the position that we got in to sell a little bit of hope to the membership base and to show that, you know, it's not all doom and gloom. There's life after Charlie and Silvani and the people that we've lost. So I think when it came down to it, I think we needed to win more than them. Obviously, they're the reigning premiers, the back-to-back premiers and all that sort of stuff. But it was a really good hit out. There's a lot of things that we need to work on, obviously. Dirksen coming in and playing okay and being serviceable is great, because if we have to rely on Lewis Young, good overhead mark, but every time he kicks the ball, I have my heart in my mouth with regards to where it's going to go. So
I thought he was a lot more short up tonight. What I noticed about Lewis was he actually flew up for the mark more often than not. Usually he can sometimes not have the confidence to go up for the mark, but I mean, Wiedering wasn't there. That was a bit of a storyline going into the game. Oscar Allen playing his first game for the Lions, whatever. I know it's a match sim, but yeah, I actually thought Lewis was pretty solid considering.
His overhead mark has never been an issue, Tez, I think. I think it's what he does with the ball afterwards is the bit that, you know, is probably the reason why he can't cement a senior spot. But I mean, going on from that, you know, from a depth piece, Harry Dean was great. I love the mongrel on the boundary line. Reminded me of his old man when he actually did that.
He didn't take a backward step. No, I like it. That's the edge.
Don't you reckon he moves like? Don't you reckon he moves like his old man as well a little bit?
I don't really have a memory of Peter Dean, to be honest with you. Like, okay. I know he had that competitive nature in him, and I had a few texts come through saying that was exactly what Peter would have done, and like I get it, but I think Lockie Cowan's got a bit of that in him as well. And I mean, Harry Dean, my perception of him in the preseason when I've gone to training is he might need a bit of time with the speed of the game, but I actually thought he held his own pretty well relatively today.
Yeah. And I think just like we flipped the magnets around a little bit as well, which was great. Yeah. I mean, it was a win. I think we've got to put it in perspective, right? It's still match sim. It's like, you know, third week of Feb. It's not for points or anything like that. But I think the fact that we did throw the magnets around and, you know, we put Moyer and Camporelli in the middle for the start of the last, thought that was good. I just love the fire as well. I mean, even when that scuffle happened in the last quarter and Reedy sort of got involved and there was a little bit of like fire from all the boys, it's like, yeah, I mean, respect the jumper, you know, be proud of, you know, who you're playing for. And, you know, when the game got on the line, it was great to see that it actually meant something and they wanted to win. I know it sounds cliched and we expect that as supporters, but, you know, sometimes that doesn't always happen, you know. So, like I said, lots of positives. Certainly not going to, you know, profess that we're going to be premiership favourites or anything like that. But it's great. It's great to get a win, and it's great to get a win against the calibre of the opposition that we played, right? Because I mean they're good. You know,
there's a lot to learn from them. There's a lot to
absolutely.
learn from them. The way that they kick the ball, the way that they spread. They're super impressive and they can pile on goals pretty quickly.
Yeah. One thing as well that I really liked, Tez, was you know, I mentioned the fluidity of the forward line, but like Ainsworth and Haywood come in and it's like you don't have to teach them what to do. I mean, they're 10-year vets or, you know, however long they've played for Sydney and Gold Coast. It's like they have a feel for the game, they have experience, and, you know, they get up and down and they can provide polish. Whereas, we didn't have that before, I don't think. And B, what a perfect example for people like Moyer and, you know, Taylor Byrne and all these other youngsters that are coming into the forward line to sort of like learn from. So yeah. And also Walshy looked good. Jagger Smith, mate, seriously. Some of those passages of play, if he can string that together for the whole year, bold prediction maybe, but like rising star is there for the taking. No, he was really. If I was to take one highlight from the game, it'd be him. It's just how effortless he makes it look. He's just got a lot of polish for a 19-year-old, and maybe as well, you know, the year that he had out, to work on his fitness and to work on his body and all that sort of stuff. It could have been a blessing in disguise, you know, because the body is probably a little bit more more durable to withstand a full year, because I mean, we want him to play 22, 23, 24 games, or however many games you play in a year now. Whereas, you know, last year, maybe we would have had to have rested him for a little bit because of the rigors of the game. So maybe the body is more in tune to actually handle a whole year, because very small sample size, Tez, but if he plays like that, he's going to be one of our most important players, right? So we'd probably want to see him in there week in, week out, as opposed to what can happen with an 18 or 19-year-old, and they sort of like, you know, fade out in the second half of the year and they might need a spell or something like that. So a lot to like. But and I think as well, Brisbane and Geelong are the two games we play. Two great games, finalists,
Perfect.
right?
The two best teams from the year before. It's great.
Yep. No, absolutely.
Cool.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, mate, hey, you could call in again. I really enjoyed that. Thank you very much.
All good. No worries, Tez. Have a good one.
You too. See you, mate. All right. Wow. All right. Ari in the fan cam.
I can't hear. Hold on.
You can't hear?
Have I got you?
Yeah, I'm here.
I can't hear you.
Ah,
This is not
luggage.
good.
Luggage, mate. Luggage. All right. Who's next? PJ.
Hey, how are you, mate?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, good. Positive, mate. So,
Yeah. I want to start. I know you'll definitely have something to add on this. A lot of the chat has been, you know, Ainsworth, Hayward, and like, fair enough, like, awesome. One thing that I think we haven't opened up on the show yet tonight is the Ruck conversation. What did you make of Pino and Reedy?
So what I made tonight, so I put my name on the line when we got ready. I said that we're going to go into the side. He's going to be our number one. And I think our number two is going to be Hutto. I reckon they're going to develop Hutto as that ruck, that forward ruck, to give Reedy a chop out. From tonight's game, without being disrespectful to Pitternet, I've never rated him. If you have a look at him, he can't jump, doesn't jump. He's too heavy-footed, so doesn't give you much around the ground as well too. With Reedy, for a lot of the oldies out there, he gives me that, because I've seen him a bit in the waffle, not too much, but enough to see, hey, you know what, we've got someone here. And when I put my name out calling for Reedy, I got a bit of flack, like, oh, come on, mate, you know, he's played 2 games, 3 games, you know, how. But you need to ask yourself, like, what ruckman in the competition would get a gig at Freo ahead of Darcy and Jackson?
Yeah, not many.
So to be the number 3, and like, I've actually met Reedy and like stood with him for quite a while. He's an absolute beast. Like, I'm talking
big boy.
A beast of a specimen,
He's
right?
thick, like his chest is just like massive.
And the take that I got tonight was we won the ruck contest with Reedy and his follow up. When they interchanged, that's when we got a lot of, and Pito was in the ruck. That's when Brisbane hit a lot of their rebounds. Yeah.
I thought Pito was dominant at getting first use tonight.
But first use, but where did he place it? And that's where Brisbane, because they counted a lot of our goals throughout the night, where we'd kick a goal and they'd kick one within 30 seconds from the centre bounce.
Yeah, that's interesting. I know. I thought Pito was the best of the lot tonight. I mean, I think Reedy's big, and I think he's got something there. I think he's a bit clumsy, but he throws his weight around. I don't know. I just thought Pito was really good. If that's the Pito that we're going to see this year, then I think he'll he'll be staying in the team personally.
And you know what? Like, and like we've had a bit of a discussion in regards to like the negativity and that, and like, you know, I've seen the good days, I've seen the bad days, and you know, but the one thing that mind boggles me, and you know what, was I negative in the past? Like, I was one that would call for the board's head, call for Brad Lloyd's head. We all asked for change. We got it. Okay? Why are you still negative? They, like, up until 2.5 hours ago, they hadn't had a kick against any opposition. And the one thing that I laugh inside, right? So you get a lot of people where they want Voss's head. They want him gone. And it's, well, Wright's backed him. Yeah, but, and then it's like, oh, they'll try and reiterate by saying, like, I'll ask you a question, right? So for Voss to keep his job, firstly, where do you see us finishing, Terry, at the end of the year?
I don't know, man. I don't know. You want me to give you like a window of ladder positions? I've been saying all preseason,
Yeah.
I just want to get to the end of the year and just be a better team than last year. Like literally just be better. I actually don't think it'll be so hard to be more functional as a unit than what it was last year. I really don't think it's going to be as hard as people are making it seem. I think there'll be a lot more people on the same page, and why can't we be in finals contention? Like, why not?
Yeah. See, I think we'll finish in the window of 6th to 8th, and I believe a lot of it's is due to that new energy that's been brought into the place. And I can guarantee you, within the players, there's that click. It's like their camaraderie.
Yeah.
Like, they're all best mates, and they've been in, and like, you got some of these blokes that have been in the joint for 3 months or since October. But going back to like the negativity, they all think that we'll finish around the 12th, 13th, 14th, and we're not going to be that good. All right. And it's like, what do you mean? Oh, the list ain't great. That's what they say. And then their rebuttal on the Voss is, for Voss to keep his job, we need to make finals and win at least the final. And I turn around to him and say, but hang on a minute. If the list is shit, how can we make finals and you expect him? Like, does it make sense? And it's like,
yeah, I get you.
Just clean slate, go to the footy, enjoy yourself. Have fun with your mates. Have a beer with your mate at the footy and support the boys.
I think that's the main thing. I think we've got to get back to just like, why do we actually love the footy? It's because of the community and because of what it brings and the energy that it brings at game day. Like, think about how many times last year did we roar, like the Carlton roar?
Yeah.
Once?
Yeah.
Maybe once, maybe twice.
Look, there was a few moments, but the one thing, I don't know if you saw the interview Vossi did with Dylan the other day. So one of the things that resonated with me, that Voss spoke, but he spoke about the internal club, and he spoke about missing moments, missing good moments, where stop thinking about, we got to do this, we got to do that, where we look to the future and we don't appreciate that moment that's happening now. And as a supporter base, if we get too muddled in our head, we're going to miss magic moments where you'll see Jagger show exceptional play, or Harry Dean do something on one of the star forwards. So sit back, enjoy the ride, and so I don't know. Look, I'm hoping for change. And the one thing that Carlton resonates with me, and I called it a few months ago, prior to all the changes and that. So I wanted these changes to take place, and I wanted 2 or 3 big names gone, and new assistants. But if you go back, like in the English Premier League, I'm a Liverpool supporter myself as well too, mad Liverpool fan. When Klopp came and took the reins at Liverpool, one of the first things that he did, he analysed the side, and he sold Coutinho. AFL's a little bit different where you can't buy, sell, but he sold Coutinho, and he brought in players that are fit the mold of style of side that he wants, and he turned good players into world-class players. And for an era, they were unstoppable.
Yeah.
So, like, and where I look at it, like, we got rid of Charlie, we bring in Ainsworth and Haywood. And the return, it's a match sim, but the return 6 goals tonight.
Yeah. It's a good start.
So, yeah.
No, I like it. I'm going to move along. I've got a few more people waiting in, but Mayor, thank you so much for calling in.
Anytime, brother. I'll see you in Sydney.
See you, mate.
See you.
All right. Lol's Cow Productions, $8 donation. Thank you. I'm a Swanee, but I love the energy of the Bagger fans. I'd love to see Haywood and Ollie go All-Australian. Thank you very much. I've got a banner that is rolling below here. And Riley Beveridge is reporting that Adam Chera is reporting that he has a hamstring injury. So I guess we'll wait and see what the severity of that is. But that's disappointing. All right, Ari, let's try you again, mate. Have we got you?
Yeah, sorry, I'm technologically inept. I'm old these days. Oh god, nearly just knocked my table over as well. Not a good start.
Good start for the Blues.
Yeah, it wasn't totally shit, and that's a good base to start from. I think. I think that's the main thing. Obviously, it's very kind of hard to judge. We beat the Giants by 10 goals last year in preseason.
Yeah.
So it's obviously hard to judge, but it wasn't horrendous. So that's good, isn't it?
Yeah. I guess so. No, I was looking more at body language, alignment, all those things. The first impression that people were going to make. I'm fascinated by the Ruck conversation. It's really interesting to see how people see it. I mean, I think Pito's doing really well. Other people think Reedy is doing better, and that's great. Where do you sit in this discussion? And do you think we play both? That's the next part.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to bring up. So obviously with the 5 interchange this year, it'll be interesting to see how each team approaches that. I have a feeling some, if not the majority, will use it as a second ruck. Maybe not majority, but I think some will use it as literally just a one-off, one-on sort of deal. Yeah. And we've got 3 who, I mean, Pito's at AFL level, right? Whether or not he's going to be the best ruck in the comp is a different story, but he can clearly play at the level. And then Reedy and O'Keefe probably still need to fully, cement that place. I think Pito will play. I just don't know who will play with him.
Yeah. I remember when, to bring a Premier Leagueism into it, I remember when Bernd Leno joined Arsenal and they didn't play didn't play him straight away. They played Peter Cech to start the season, and Bernd Leno, he sort of eventually took over. That's the path I see for Liam Reedy if that's the way it's going to go. But I'm Team Pito right now in this moment.
Yeah, I think I would agree. And I also think that's a case, obviously, maybe now it's a bit different with the lack of, maybe not lack of depth, but the injury issues in defence, but also someone like Harry Dean, someone like Taylor Bowman, who they quite clearly have talent. We saw that today. We've seen that in preseason. But it's let's not jump to conclusions too quickly and like jump to like, oh, he's going to play round 1 because he got drafted pick 3. Like he's tall, he's still very gangly and Bambi-like at times. I thought he played well today, to be fair. So I think you can kind of take that case to the Ruck situation as well. But I was very impressed with a lot of individual performances. Probably the only one that still needs convincing for me is Chesser. Just a little bit more from him next week is probably where I'll be looking at from the new boys. But yeah, everyone flew the flag, bit of beef, which was good. They all seemed to like get around each other.
Tell you what,
we put the ball on the throat, and we looked fit as well. We outran them. And if everyone who's been to training has seen the brutal running sessions they've done at the end of sessions, so that's no surprise.
I will say this about Reedy. He will become cult-like. Like there will be cult hero status if he's going to be thrown around his body weight like that, because that is what it's all about right there. Just be a bit of a dickhead, like get in there.
Well, when you're built, I mean, you could probably attest being built like that. You probably know how to throw your weight around, yeah.
Yeah, but I never really did. I never really did. Like I like him being a bit of an antagonist and just flying the flag and just I was very happy with it.
Yeah, I think the Taylor Byrne one at the end was very funny. He just waltzes into an open goal. Yeah. So positive signs. I mean, I've booked my tickets. So
for
grand final there.
Oh my god.
So like I don't know about anyone else here. But
okay, all right.
Yeah. What's funny?
Okay. I'll be there with you.
Yeah, great. You can see. Yeah, great.
Yeah. Nah, look, good start. It's a good start. It's a good first step. Now we just start. We learn how to walk, and then we'll start jogging, and then before you know it, we're doing 5K runs, and then 10K runs, and then we're doing half marathons, and then away we go.
Absolutely. And also, I don't know if anyone got any word from the VFL practice game that happened today, but the only 2 bits of news I've got is Nick Newman got through unscathed, and Lucas Camporelli threw up 3 times in the middle of the ground.
Oh,
yeah.
Where
and also, from a source of mine at the game. First hand accounts.
Lucas Camporelli threw up.
Yep. And Nick Newman got through.
And Francis Evans?
Yeah, don't know.
All right. That's good intel by you. Well done.
And did everyone see? And Will Hayward spewed everywhere towards the back end of the game. I don't know if anyone saw that.
That was projectile, bottom right corner of the screen. That was fantastic.
That's working hard. That's high performance athletes.
Yeah.
No, very good.
Very good. Well, mate, thanks for calling in. Good to see your face.
Past my bedtime, so you're lucky I'm on.
Yeah. All right. You go well.
Likewise. See you later.
Bye. All right. Only Burn.
That's the new hype train I'm jumping on. What
Done?
a kid.
Lock it in.
I still love Jesse. The camera's there he is. There's a badge of him there. But Taylor Byrne, bro, there's no coincidence that Jesse Muller went down and Taylor Byrne came in. It's like what do they call it? The law of equivalent exchange. I'm telling you right now. Star. 3 goals in 8 minutes. Who's doing that, cuz? Charlie Cameron couldn't do that in his dreams. Ever. Right? But yeah, no, honestly, like all jokes aside, I think it was a really promising game. Obviously, you can't take too much away from it. But like the one thing I want to see from this practice game wasn't even a win. If we lost, I wouldn't have cared. But it was just that we're working towards a new direction, that we're working towards a new game plan, we're working towards the future, which I think this game showed.
Totally agree. There was a purpose behind what they were doing. They were determined to put in a good showing. And let's be honest, Cripps didn't play. Walsh barely played. He played I'd be surprised. Maybe I missed it, but I reckon he only played in the first half. I think George might have played majority of that game. Lots of rotations. Wiedering, I mean, I go into fits when he doesn't play, but the back line stood up. And, I mean, the Lions are good, very good. And that first quarter showed exactly what we need to learn at Carlton. We need to learn how to punish teams on the turnover and move the ball with more precision. So, yeah, I think everybody, including the players, everybody was looking forward to putting last year behind us. And, yeah, now it's just about building as much momentum as possible and seeing if you can catch a spark early in the year. Because you know what we're like. Imagine, just get a few early wins. It just bang, we're on.
Yeah, no, for sure, for sure. It was definitely it was probably so cathartic for the players to go out there and actually win a game as well.
Yeah.
It's a completely new group. Like there was like Wade Dirksen. I don't know who he was before this game, but he was actually one of our standout players. Like I thought he was really composed for like. I'm not sure. Has he played AFL before or?
He has been on the Giants list. I don't think he's actually played in the AFL. He's played a lot of second level football. I think he was about to get onto Melbourne's list last year, and they pulled the plug on that last minute. But yeah.
Yeah, no, he was insane. The ruck battle, which Morris brought up, I think is really interesting. I thought they were pretty evenly matched. It just depends on what you want. I feel like Liam's a lot more well balanced. I feel like he can go around better around the ground, but I feel like Pinno's a better tap ruckman. But I'm not sure what we want out of a ruckman, because if we're going to do a 2 rucks, because both of them can't play. Reedy and Pitto cannot be in the same team. That's way too tall and way too slow. Like it needs to be, and also I don't think either of them can really go up forward. But I think the way forward, if we do play 2 rucks, is Hutto, like Hudson O'Keefe, and then either Pitto or Liam Reedy, and they're like interchange.
Hudson played tonight, right?
Yes.
I don't know what his minutes were like. I think I might have noticed him early in the game. I didn't notice him too much later in the game.
Yeah, I'm not sure. There's a lot of players that just didn't really. I guess it's the 28-man bench, so there's a lot more rotations. But like, there's a lot of players that were missing. Like you said, Sam Walsh. Like I thought he was there for the first half and then just disappeared.
Yeah.
The only player I saw consistently throughout the game was Elijah Hollins. Like I was just everywhere. Like I was running through the middle, down the wing, playing smart. He kicked the goal. He kicked it inside 50. I can't remember when, but I was like, bro, this guy's the greatest player of all time. Like he is so smart. Like the thing that stands out with him most isn't even his kicking ability or running. It's literally just his footy IQ and how smart of a player he is.
Yeah, we miss it. We need as much intelligence in football intelligence in this team as we can.
Yeah.
Is it too early to ask if anybody changed your opinion of them?
Yeah, nah, too early.
Too early. All right.
Too early.
I'll park that. I will park that. What about body language? I've been asking a few people about that. That's a big one for me this year. What did you make of the overall body language of the group?
I thought that there was an instance where someone went down and one of our players actually went over to help him up, and they made it, and he didn't get up. He was there, but the ball was in play, and he didn't get up until someone helped him up. And I thought that was really telling. Like you watch the NBA and stuff, they don't let their teammates on the floor; they help them up no matter what.
Yeah.
There's a bit of that. I didn't really pay attention to body language as much. I paid attention to players throwing up. I thought that was the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. Will Hayward throwing up mid-game, like
respect.
Yeah, hard. So I thought like the Sydney boys, Hayward, Florent, and I know Ainsworth isn't from Sydney, but he's a new boys. Well, bro, how good was he? BA for BA, cuz Ben Ainsworth, fuck, what a player.
That's a great first impression for both, like for all of them. But yeah, I think he kicked one on his left. He's just his positioning. And I think the impressive part about Ben Ainsworth's game was he didn't really get anywhere near it in the first quarter. But and sometimes players can go into their shell, but he's senior. He knows how to work his way through it, and yeah, he found a way. And I think he's going to do that a lot this year. I think he's going to have quarters where he kicks 2 or 3. I think that he's that type of player. I actually think. I know Jesse's out for the year. I think the role that Jesse was playing last year, I think Ben Ainsworth can teach it to him if he just studies him and sits with him for the rest of this year.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
I think that forward line looked a lot more dynamic as well. Like,
I'm
not going to say it's better than when we had Kerno in there, but there was a lot more different ways of scoring. And I feel like our players lowered their eyes a lot more than what they would have. What'd you make of Harry Mackay?
I think he was. What I want from Harry this year is to be the organizer in the forward line. I'm not as focused on number of goals. I think he only had 1 or 2 shots on goal for the game. There's actually one player that has not been mentioned tonight in over an hour and 19 minutes, and I think it's a travesty. I thought Lockie Fogarty was excellent tonight.
Yeah. No, he
tackling
cops it a lot. Yeah.
And all like the role that he plays doesn't get highlighted because it's not sexy. I reckon the coaches tonight would be looking at the way he played his role, and they'd be really wrapped with the way he went about it. And now that I think about it, he's had a pretty good preseason in the match sim as well.
Yeah. No, for sure. That small forward role with Jesse going down is his. Right, that's where he plays because
Mm.
Ainsworth played a lot more higher up in this game, if I'm not mistaken. He wasn't really deep as a small forward. So it's like what actual true smalls. It's Ainsworth, Frankie Evans, and then Lockie Fogarty. That's it.
Yeah.
So I mean, he kind of has to step up because
Yeah.
no Will White either. Yeah. So it's literally just him. Who else? It's Taylor Byrne as well. He stepped up as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, Lockie Fogarty cops it a lot, especially from. I'll put my hand up for me as well. I thought he just kind of does. I just thought he kind of runs laps and does nothing. But he was very decent this game against a
No.
really good opposition as well.
Yeah, I think he's a guy that most supporters will look at his game from surface level, but he plays a role. So it's good stuff, man. It's a good first hit out, one step at a time, and away we go.
That's it. That's it. Jagger was sick as well. I didn't even mention him. Do we even have to speak about him now? Jagger Smith, Brownlow. Give him the Brownlow. No. I want this on record. Only Carlton. What's the date today? 18th of February. Brownlow. Predicted already. I'm going to sell everything. I'm going to sell my guitars and my signed Jesse Mollop badge for $1 million. Put it on Jagger Smith for the Brownlow.
It's clipped. Consider it clipped.
All right. Thank you for having me on, Terry.
No worries. Take care.
See ya. Bye-bye.
All right. Let's go to Adelaide. Andy.
Terry, how are you, man?
Welcome to 2026, mate.
Thank you. Welcome back. Great hit out today. You keep mentioning what do we want to see out of 2026, and one is improvement, and I agree that's what you want to see. But the other thing I wanted to see was like mongrel and toughness not being easy to play against. And you go back 12 months in our preseason hitouts, like we just looked shit from the word go. We just didn't look good. And then the season started and we looked horrible. But what we saw tonight, we saw a few different things, players playing in positions that suited them. The game style was clearly nowhere near their best, but you could see a blueprint of where we want to get to. So that's exciting for the fans. Like people go, I don't read too much into preseason. I do, because I want to see them move the ball and play with a certain energy. And we got that tonight. So I was really happy. I love players like, Reedy and Taylor Byrne getting stuck into players. Like Taylor Byrne, 18, he's belting guys on the ground for hitting him. Good. Don't take shit from players.
Yeah.
Don't take shit from your opposition. Because if you take shit, the next time they play you, they're like, we're gonna just walk past you guys. So I love seeing that from him, and love Reedy just barreling into guys and giving them crap. Like, it's fly the flag, be aggressive, be hard to play against, because if your skills aren't as good, then at least you've got that.
Be proud. Be proud of the team that you play for and the club that you play for. And I think that's going to be a big theme throughout the year. I mean, I don't think supporters ask for too much. I really don't. I think it can be simplified, right? I really think you can simplify it. If you play with pride for the Guernsey and the monogram, the rest will take care of itself.
I think it's clear. Like we've been disappointed for so long, and we've seen just such mediocrity for a long time. It sort of seems that our desire for the club is too much. But like you're right. Like we just want to see guys having a crack, flying the flag, wearing the jumper proudly. Clearly you can't win every game, but at least look like you're trying to win and trying to support your fellow teammates. So. Just with all our injuries in the back line and our probably lack of key depth, Dirksen kind of has to get a spot, doesn't he?
Well, I mean, that's a good first impression. And yeah, I mean, I think Elijah's all but confirmed. And I think the fact that they invited Dirksen so late in the preseason says that they're more or less going to take him.
We definitely have two spots. Like, can we sign both of them? Because I've been a bit confused. They keep saying, "Oh, we've got one list spot," but
so Jesse Motlop can go on the long-term injury list.
Yeah.
Okay. And so the answer is if we wanted to have them both, we could.
Yeah.
Don't know
Okay.
what they're going to do with Harry O'Farrell. That's the one that's up in the air. It's like, do you dangle the potential of him returning late in the season and give him something to be motivated by to get back with his rehab? Or do you shut it down and then keep that spot open for the mid-season draft? That's I guess, the question that the club will be asking.
He's just too young to want to rush someone like that back. Like his body's still growing. Like he's not, if he was a 10-year player and had done long-term injuries before, and you could use him to win a flag. But I think that would be pretty reckless to rush him back, considering he did the injury in season. So I know a lot of people have basically touched on the dynamic forward line, but it was just interesting to see how defenses lined up against us when we had like a lot of smalls on the ground. Like we could defend the ball a lot better. We could move. Even if we got stopped, there was a lot more movement and hand passes and guys getting on chains and kicking goals within the 50. So that was really exciting. And I loved Taylor Byrne. It sort of reminded me of what was the guy from Freo, the NAB Rising Star? What's his name? Murphy Reed.
Oh,
just how he zips around and really, really muscular for an 18-year-old. But he moved brilliantly. And the biggest thing of all, he went back and took ownership and he kicked the goals. Like he didn't spray them, and he just said, no, guys, I got this, and go. So always love seeing players on debut. And again, I know it's not a regular season game, but still, he just looked like he had a lot of confidence. And there's been a lot of talk on him in the preseason and how confident he is, and he's a little firecracker and he just doesn't take shit, but he's really quiet. And I don't mind those little sneaky ones that can fire up and just kick you 3 goals in the last quarter that you've never heard of. So it was definitely good. Just another thing, was speaking about the ruck battle. I thought Pitto was, like we know what we're going to get from Pitto, but he gave us nice little tap downs to Hewitt, and we just got clearances from it. We got run out of stoppages, and
I find the conversation so interesting because I'm not sure what we want him to be. He's not Grundy, and he's not.
No.
I don't understand what does he do around the ground? Okay, sure, what does he do around the ground? But I just thought tonight wasn't the one where you say he didn't do enough. I thought tonight he was very strong.
If you look at the last quarter, right? So the last quarter we had no Walsh, no Smith, no Chera. They were playing Moya, Hewitt, Ollie Hollins, Lord, Campo. Campo got a goal, and Lord. And Brisbane were putting in all their seasoned veterans because they just didn't want to lose the game. And we kicked more goals and we won the game. So a lot of that dominance was Pitto just peppering it to Hewitt, peppering it to Lord out of the mid. So, I'm not going to say he's going to be the All-Australian ruckman, but he just does what he needs to do. And I think a big thing with our club is if players just do their job, we will win games. You don't need them to do everything. You just need them to do their job. That's it. Every now and then you might need someone to get 35 disposals and kick 5 goals against a flight of play. But if Pitto just bullies guys in the mid, blocks, taps down to Hewitt and Lord and Smith coming out the centre, we'll be fine. We'll be just fine with that. So, I think he had a great game. The other, just one last thing before I go, Terry, because I know you got a lot of people. Ollie Hollins, like the biggest ball magnet tonight, just the ball was in his hands like every play. I'd love his ball use to be a little bit more Zorko-like, but he got a lot of the ball and
never will be. I loved his. I
had a good game.
I hope that whatever people felt about him in the past doesn't just stick forever, because I think tonight he showed an extra layer of strength in his body to shrug a tackle. I'm noticing it with him at training as well. He's starting to get a little bit more stronger through the hips. Not the best. No one's the best kick. No one's a perfect kick. I think he one of them, he kicked it out the full on his left. Like, no one's the best kick, but he's fine. He's coming along fine.
I think the biggest thing that we recruited when we were recruited him and players like him was like endurance and running. And, you know, this year's going to be bigger than ever where you just need to be able to run. So he's definitely got that. And you combine him with Smith, Walsh, and some of the other hard runners in our team, you know, your Haywoods and your Ben Ainsworth now that can get up and back. When you combine all of them and they form like little packs and it's just 1-2, 1-2 and going inside forward 50, it's pretty powerful. And, you know, they don't have to be the biggest names, but it's like I keep saying, just do your job, keep running hard and we'll get the ball forward and we'll kick goals. So, I liked what I saw tonight, not getting too ahead of myself. Can't win flags in February, but...
You can lose them in February, but you can't win them.
yeah, exactly. So a lot of positive signs. I think they should all be really proud of what they did tonight. And it's just, you know what, winning's winning, even if it means nothing on the regular season. I think it's a good culture builder. Like, it doesn't mean anything, guys, but that doesn't mean we have to go out and concede and let them win. So, you know, like start the victories early in the season, and who knows what we can do. So, yeah.
Love it. Mate, good to have you back. Thanks for
Good
calling
night.
in.
Thank you very much. I'll speak to you.
See ya. All right. Zach Borg.
Hey, Ted. How are we?
It's been a while, mate.
It's been a while. I tell you what, footy's back and the Blues are back. First hit out, which is good. Good.
Yeah.
It's good to see some of the young guys do their thing. You know, how'd you see it, Tez? Because it's been a while, mate. You know, speaking of you and being on the fan camps, it's been.
Yeah, it has.
It's been.
I don't know. You know. I just so you know, every time you call in, I only think of the first time you called in when, like, back in 2022. So it's just a bit of a trip to watch your voice just get deeper and deeper. But yeah, no, look, I thought it was solid. Started a bit sloppy, then it they started getting settled, and then it started flowing and tick the box, mate.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, it was good to see. I loved, like, obviously the forward entries is what has been a big issue last year, and we wanted change. And I know a lot of people have said this on the fan cams, but we've wanted change, and the club has brought change. And I think our forward entries have been today. They were very good. I believe, you know, the ball movement was good. Like we look faster. Do you see that? Like, we just look faster.
I think it's too early to make a judgment and say we've definitely changed. So I think it's important. Like, there's a difference between, ball movement's definitely changed, and I'm starting to see some different passages of play. I'm starting to see some different things, and you know, some more nice chains. But I mean, we beat the Giants by 50 plus this time last year in preseason. So I think we're all wanting to see improvement. And so, I mean, I've been sucked in before at times as well. Sometimes you want to see it so bad that you force yourself to say that it was there. But bottom line, the way that ball moved in that forward line and the even spread of contributors, that's a nice little.
It's good. Yeah, I liked. You know, how good is it just to watch Jagger out there? He was just the way that he goes about it, and he kicks that first goal that to get us on the board. I mean, he's going to be, I tell you, rising star this year, like a lot of people have said. I was having a bit of a think to myself today that could he win the Brownlow?
Can we just? I think we need to put a stop to this. This is ridiculous. I love it, but let's just let the kid play. Let's let him
play. So, who was your top three players today? I mean, Ben Ainsworth was very good. I mean, kick 4. Taylor Byrne, everyone's been talking about.
Yeah.
Will Hayward?
I think Ainsworth and Hayward would be up there. I didn't mind the game of Ollie Florent. Actually, no, for sure I'd put Fogarty in there. He played his role
Fogarty was
perfectly
very good.
tonight.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay. And I also liked, obviously, Liam Reedy. It was good to see him, you know, get into the Brisbane players and suck them in, and, you know, just, you know, like this him with his like aggression and, like, mate, I wouldn't want to mess with him. I mean, he's a big guy.
Yeah.
I tell you what, it was it was good to see Tez. It was really, really good to see, you know, just like good overall performances from all the players and all the young guys. And it's a good start to the year. And unfortunate what happened to Chera, as we've heard the news now, but we'll just have to see what happens, because I thought that we would have moved past that now with
Well, look, he's done a lot of work on those hamstrings, and yeah, I just hope it's not too serious. But we'll wait and see. We'll get a confirmation.
We'll wait and see. All right. See you, Tez. Go Blues.
Zach. Go Blues. I love it. All right, Aiden, are you okay? You're very dark. Like, as in you're in a dark space.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just in the backside of the car. What are you doing?
You want me to call you, put you back in later, or are you good now?
No, I'm fine. No, I'm good.
Okay. What'd you think?
I didn't watch any of it. I couldn't watch it. This is my first time, you know, seeing and hearing what people are having to say about it. So apparently it was good. Apparently it was a bit new. Fortunate for Chera, but again, it's only a practice game. So I mean, we just have to see what happens against Sydney, and we'll get our full, you know, we'll get a good notice on what we do up there when it comes season.
I highly recommend you watch it when you get home, or like tomorrow. I think you'll. Yeah, I mean, having spoken to you over the last few months, I think you'll like what you see.
Yeah, I know, but last year we played against GW West, and we played, I think, really good brand of footy, and then come round one, we completely played the complete opposite. But I mean, I'm not going to take a fair bit of, you know, I'm not going to take a fair bit out of a couple practice games that we have coming in the next 2 weeks. But I mean, it does give you a sign of what we can do over the course of the next 12 months. So, I mean, yeah, what are your thoughts about it?
Nah, I mean, yeah, I thought it was great. Thought it was a good hit out. Thought it was a good start, and just one step. That's the first step of the year. So, anyway, I will leave you to it. I'll let you go back and watch the replay, and we'll chat soon.
All right, easy. See you next week.
Amen. All right, Beachy for the first time in 2026. I can't hear you. Uh-oh. Oh, don't tell me. Don't tell me.
Hello.
I can't hear you. I'll pull you out. I'll take you out and I'll bring you back in. All right. Lewis.
Oh my god.
It just never gets old. I'm like a little child.
I know. Oh my god, I don't know if I can be two types of people today. I can be deluded as hell or be just calm, cool-headed.
I can only imagine what you were like in the first quarter.
Oh my god, you would not understand how I was feeling like in the first quarter. I was furious with the way we were playing in the first quarter. I felt like our skills were just, I felt like it was going to be what we were like last year. But afterwards, I mean, it just felt like a different team out there, you know, playing. I was really impressed. I know everyone has mentioned Jagger Smith playing very well. Sam Welsh did some good things. I really did enjoy, you know, of course, Will Haywood playing. I think he's going to be a good player. Ben Ainsworth getting involved and, you know, showing what he can do up and down the ground. And I really did like Taylor Byrne. I was going nuts when Taylor Byrne was kicking those goals. I was so happy for him. I looked at the way he was playing. I was watching him in the championship, and I was like, this kid can be a gun for us. He's the right caliber we need when it comes to a small forward. I think he has earned the right to play opening round, to be honest. I feel like he's done enough to play opening round with the way
Who's
he
that?
played.
Taylor
He
Byrne?
had this burst. What's
Who's
that?
that? Taylor Byrne, you're saying?
Taylor Byrne. Taylor Byrne. I feel like he deserves. I feel like he can crack in the opening round. I feel like he deserves it. I think, to be able to come on the ground and score 3 goals in 8 minutes against a Brisbane Lions team, and I know it's preseason, but it's very tough to do that, especially when you're going up against the reigning premiers as well. And these goals were like, one was a coming goal, the other one was a set shot from like 48 meters out, and you got to give the kid credit. There's another play that I think it hasn't got mentioned at all, and I think that he's going to be a good player in the future. I think Harry Dean played. There's some things that I really enjoyed seeing. Like he knows how to use the body. He defends very well. I really did love when like he got tackled in the boundary line and he was not scared whatsoever
Loved
to
it.
just be like his
Loved it.
dad and be tough, man.
No, I loved it.
Yeah.
Didn't allow himself to be pushed over. I think, yeah, I'm with you. Absolutely loved
man.
seeing it.
Listen, I'm not gonna be a deluded fan by saying Carlton's gonna win the flag now. I'm trying to restrain myself from saying that because I've learnt from the past to never
Wait,
get
Lewis,
ahead of myself.
have you got even more ink from the last time we spoke?
No. No. These two have always been on me.
These bad boy stickers, mate. What are these things?
You know what? Everyone's gonna think I'm a Collingwood supporter since I got these tats now.
Yeah,
Like
man.
honestly, oh my god. But yeah, no, I feel like it was a good showing. It was a good first impression. I was watching it with my dad, and me and my dad were just talking that during the game, we didn't care about winning. We cared about seeing how the youngsters play, what type of brand of football we want to see from the season, and what are the key lessons that the players have learned during this preseason. And I think we saw that in the second, the third, and the fourth quarter. I feel like the first quarter was just about just trying to get some probably just to gel around since they haven't played for a while together as a full practice match. I think that is what the first quarter was about. Then quarter time, I think Voss said, "All right, let's lift the intensity out. Let's start playing the way we want to play this season." And I think we got that for now. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Like I said, it's a practice match. I think Brisbane also played very well. I think Brisbane are a good team. I think the way they also play. I mean, Zach Bailey is a gun. Honestly, I love seeing him play. He's one of my favorite players. And yeah, I really do enjoy seeing Brisbane play. They're no wonder why they're the premiers for a reason. And I feel like we'll go from there. And yeah, next week against Geelong, I feel sorry for Adam Chera for not playing, but I feel like we can cover him next week and also an opening round. But yeah, hopefully it's not that severe. And yeah,
love it.
Hopefully this year will be a good year for the Blues. Oh,
Hope so.
please God, I'm gonna see.
We will see you next Wednesday night, same place, same time.
Yeah, you will, absolutely.
See you, Lewis.
See ya. Go Blues.
Go Blues. All right, let's try Beachy again. See if that audio is working. You there?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Thank God for that. Okay. As I was going to say, what a surprise that was tonight. I had probably little to no expectations going into the game against Brisbane tonight. We knew they were the reigning premiers. We knew we were going to face them on their home ground. And I did probably the main task that I wanted us to get through tonight was, just get the run of the legs and just see who we could, do what we could do against them. And the win tonight was an absolute bonus. I'm absolutely shocked.
Yeah. No, I think the way we ran the game out, full of legs, full of run, it didn't slow down at all. They just kept at it.
No, exactly. And people were saying Hayward was having an up and under in the corner of the ground post game or whatever. I think I figured out what might have caused that. He's busted his ass from about, I'm going to say the centre square, chasing a Brisbane defender towards the boundary line to try and get the ball. He's held him up. Byrne has come back behind him to try and give him some support. He's then knocked it out to Byrne, who's then got a high free kick, and then he's kicked the goal. I'm like, well, that's the effort we need. That's the effort we need in that forward line to really put the pressure on him. And the fact that we finished it, my God.
Yeah. Yeah. Nah, mate, some of the efforts that we saw tonight, I think, showed some really strong body language. So onwards and upwards.
Absolutely, mate. I mean, again, another passage of play as well. Yeah. Harry, of course, pushing up the ground. But, once he got the ball, he was just saying, right, we're getting it forward and you guys are running on to try and shut it in our forward 50. So that way we can then just sort of settle into a stoppage and then try and get a goal out of it. So, I'm pretty happy with what I saw tonight.
Yep. What do you make of Zach Williams behind the ball?
I didn't mind it, actually. I feel like the half-back line is his natural position. At some point, though, I will expect him to try and push up through the middle to try and be the next link in the chain. But I feel like him on the half-back flank is his natural position at least. Is he going to be one that starts there? Maybe. Is he going to be one that rotates through? Then, yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I thought he was I think he is one of the keys to if the way we exit out of D50 is going to have any X factor about it, Zach Williams will lead the charge. He can do the way he kicks the ball and the angles that he cuts, not many in the team can do it. I don't know if Florent's got that same ability yet. I think Florent is smart with the way he positions himself, but Zach's got the zip and he's got the dare that not many have. So he's, goes without saying, everyone's got to stay fit and healthy, but he's definitely one that has to have continuity to play at his best.
Correct. Absolutely. And I know Kempy's just come back from an Achilles injury, which is ideal, obviously. But, it was almost about this time last year during gather round, Zach Williams had stuffed his Achilles as well. Well, he did that against GWS. He stuffed his Achilles against GWS, and we missed him for the rest of the year.
Yeah. Well, mate, I look forward to what's to come. I'm very happy to be in 2026 talking about the present and the future. We'll see you on Friday, and we'll also see you, I guess, next Wednesday night, fan cams for the Geelong game.
Absolutely, mate. I'm looking forward to Friday night, and if that's what we're dishing up throughout the 2026 AFL season, taking out the preseason games and all that, then I think we've got very good reason to be excited. I'm not going to jump too far ahead, but if that's a preview, give me more, boys. Give me more.
I love it. Good on you, Beachy.
Cheers, mate.
See you, mate. All right, last couple, and then we'll wrap it up. Daniel.
How you going, mate?
I'm well. And you?
Yeah, good, mate. Good. It's good to dust off the cobwebs a bit. First quarter, we looked a bit, here we go again. Didn't see much different. Same old turnovers, deficiencies, but no, we grew into the game pretty well.
Do you know the first quarter, right? I'm watching it, and obviously a bit frustrating to watch it. And I was sort of thinking to myself, guys, I was talking to them, but I wasn't. I was like, guys, we're not going to get anywhere. We've got to get past the level of the fundamentals. The fundamentals have to almost become subconscious. We won't know how we're trying to move the ball if we can't even hit a target. Thankfully, they fixed it in the second quarter and it got better. But yeah, that's just, I really hope, and I do expect there to be some teething issues at the start of the year. Once the intensity ramps up, I am bracing myself a little bit for a bit more of that. I don't know what the fix is, But the sooner we can get to a point where hitting a target isn't will it happen, won't it happen, the much better this team will be.
Yeah, and you can see the new guys we've brought in, they're going to help with that immensely. I mean, let's call Jagger a new recruit. Obviously, he didn't play last year, but you can just see even in that first quarter when we couldn't hit a target, he was, people were, I was getting messages of calling him the savior. I was like, okay, take it easy. But you can just see how good he is. You just see the ball the environment just slows down around him. Those players that can just see it before everybody else and just, they kicked that running goal, but it wasn't just that. It was the releasing handballs, the kicks, the dash. He's just got something, and I can see why he's got the composure. And, Nick Austin took a massive risk, traded a lot of capital for him. But if it comes off, early days, but of course, fingers crossed he stays fit for the year. But I wouldn't be calling him a Brownlow favourite, but it's definitely got a chance for the rising star. Let's maybe he can win that if he stays fit. So we'll see. But I just seen actually on Instagram, I'm not sure which account posted it, but they posted the stats. So it looks like he was definitely on managed minutes because he was only about halfway down the stat list. So I think he must have, and I didn't really notice him much, but that's okay. Today was just about getting through the game. Look, can't read too much into it, the result, obviously, but I'm really happy with what I saw, especially after quarterfinal. You can see what they're trying to do with the game style. There were a few moments, like I think George, it was where he had, loose players, but he just went the long bomb. So I think maybe just that behavioural change going into 50. It's going to take time, like you said, and when the pressure ramps up, we tend to do that when it's bruise free or it's going well, we look good, but under pressure we tend to just panic and bomb it. So that's going to be the real test. But there are definitely signs you can see that running through the middle, and new boys, Haywood, Ainsworth was fantastic. And Taylor Bird, I mean, I've got him as a bolter. I've seen him during the preseason. I've been training a couple of times. He's just got something. He could be. It was a bit like if you remember back in the day, Jeffy Garlett debuted out of nowhere and he looked like he belonged. Even Eddie Betts, when we took him in the rookie draft, I believe it was, or preseason, one of them, instantly, belonged at the level, became a bit of a cult hero. So, look, I like what I see. Of course, it means nothing. I remember as a young man getting hyped up over the 2005 Wizard Cup final, thinking we were going to win the flag, and we won the spoon after that. So we've been there before. But interested, what do you think of? Now we've got to make a decision, right, about who we put on the list. Dirkson's put a bit of a spanner in the works. I thought he was great. So out of him and Elijah, I'm hoping we can have two spots. But if we've only got the one, who would you take?
Elijah, I think they're both going to get potentially a spot. Because Jesse Motlop's going to be on the long-term injury list, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to go.
Yeah,
have to go that way. And just one other thing, I was actually surprised because when I came on the channel late last year, my first time, I talked about how I saw Brody Kemp looked miles off it training late last year, but now he's playing the match, which is great. He seems at the moment like he's an almost player up forward. He gets in the good positions, but he just can't finish. Are you a bit worried about his kicking and his set shots? Because
Brody
he just
Kemp?
Seems, Brody Kemp, yeah.
Mate, I'll be honest. I'm surprised that he's playing in the team coming off the Achilles. We've got to remember, like, he's coming off an Achilles rupture. So I actually think he's done a really good job to get back up and running as early as what he has. I thought he'd be out until round 6 or 7. Like a year, I thought it would be a 12-month injury. So like he didn't take his opportunities tonight, but I think he'll be, by the end of the year, he'll be fit and firing. And I'm not worried about Brody yet.
Yeah, well, hopefully he'll be, he could be that the decoy or the supporting act for Harry. And I know Harry was a bit quiet tonight, but look, tonight's not about Harry. We know what those guys can do. You know, I'm not worried about the senior players. Just on the forward, look, I like him, but I do want to see more. I don't know, urgency or get more involved. Ashton Moyer, I think he was a little bit quiet. I want to see more from him because I think he's got all the talent, but he just sometimes seems a bit casual. I know he's only young, but want to see more from him, mate. But look, overall, good signs. We'll see how we go against Geelong. Hopefully, Chera hamstring again. That's a bit of a worry because it's a recurring one. Hopefully, it's just awareness. But look, at least that's one area of the park we have got depth in. We can't afford any more injuries forward or back. But midfield got a bit of depth, mate. But
good.
onwards and
All right.
upwards, and look forward to seeing you Friday.
Sounds good, mate. Take care.
See you, mate.
All right. Kobe.
Hello, Terry. Long time no see.
How are ya?
I'm good, thanks.
You got a fresh haircut, fresh fade, fresh look.
I do. I was pretty happy with the boys today. Obviously you got your obvious standouts with Ainsworth and Haywood. But I think I've genuinely become Wade Dirkson's #1 fan. I absolutely love the bloke. Not just because the way he played today, but at the open training on Saturday, he just seemed like such a good bloke. Like whenever he was signing stuff post, he asked me, he asked other people if they were playing footy this year and what they were getting up to over the next couple of weeks. So it's just a great bloke overall. And I also really love Reedy. I know that's been chucked around a couple of times, but I almost thought he has like a bully attitude, but in a good way.
Totally get what you're saying. Yeah, it was good. I've got some stats from the game that I've just found here on Instagram. I'm going to put them up on screen after this. But I think Liam Reedy's coming along nicely. I think he's just easing his way into things nicely, and I think it's going to be if he and Pito are constantly back and forth, and we're constantly unsure of who's the #1, who's the #2. That's because that's healthy competition. So I'm looking forward to that all year.
Yeah. And on Harry, I know Harry, like people say, like people are talking about scoreboard, and his role. I think he, like, I've always seen Harry as like not just as a key forward. At times, I think he almost plays like not just a centre half forward, just a half forward in the way that he's so selfless with the ball. If that makes sense.
Totally.
And just overall, I was pretty proud of how we hit our targets and our efficiency today with the ball as well, which I haven't seen us really do a lot for a long time.
Yeah. Well, mate, it's been a good night. I'm glad that we've been able to smile first up, have some positivity. So, thanks for calling in.
Thank you.
All right. See ya. No. All right. Jez?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. How you going?
Good. Where are you? You're in the dark.
Yeah, we just got home from being at the football.
Sorry.
Sorry.
You're there. Oh, how was it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was
exciting.
It was exciting, Kev. He said it was. We took a wild lad, the grandson, but I thought, I know it's a practice match. Excuse me, but even Kathy would say they looked really fast.
Yeah.
A bit fast.
You know, I know they won last year against GWS. I thought it was a really intense game.
Yeah. Sorry, is there a way to get some light on you? I can't see you at all.
Yes. Could you give me 1 second?
Yeah, I'll put you back in shortly.
All right, put me back in
All right.
shortly.
Cheers. All right. Hey, Connor.
Hello, Terry. How are you?
Mate, welcome to 2026.
Yeah, I've got surprised it's next year, this year already.
Yeah, I know, mate. I know. I'm glad that we're here. Mate, first hit out. What did you think?
Well, I didn't see the game. I saw it on chat from someone of our friends.
Okay.
Sent me a snap saying that we were winning until I heard and at the start of the didn't see the start of the last chat when I saw you were live.
Yeah. Okay.
So towards last, but
Okay.
I reckon we did pretty good,
All right.
and we're hoping we'll do better as we improve through the start of the season. And I was like, hopefully we can improve
Yeah.
as we progress along.
Yeah. All right. Well, Connor, I'm going to get you to go watch the game, and then you can message me what you thought.
Yeah, I will do that. I'll watch the replay tomorrow, and
All right, mate.
send you a message tomorrow.
Done. Take care, mate.
Yeah, Jay, I'll see you next week or so.
Sounds good. Bye, Connor.
Bye.
All right. We're going to wait for Jez, but I'm actually going to share my screen and show you some. I mean, they're obviously unofficial stats, but this is from Sench Footy and Keeper League podcast. So these were stats that I guess were taken manually. If you are watching on your phone, you won't be able to see these. Obviously, you might barely be able to see them if you're watching this on your TV, but I'm going to zoom in a bit more if I can. No, can't. Maybe I'll read them out. So Ben Ainsworth has had 19 possessions and 4 goals with 7 marks. George Hewitt, 23 possessions. Pito, 17 possessions, 29 hitouts. I'm going to repeat that one. 17 possessions and 29 hitouts. Florent had the 19 touches. Cooper Lord had the 19 touches. Adam Sard had the 14. Lockie Fogarty had the 15 touches and kicked a goal and laid 2 tackles. Will Hayward's had the 13 touches and kicked his 2. Wade Dirksen, 16 possessions, 5 marks. Cherry's had the 13 touches. We know about his hamstring. And then the rest of them here, I think these are mostly guys that played in that first half. But yeah, you can check out Sench Footy on Instagram and you can see the stats there. But very interesting to note. All right, Jez, final one.
Hello again.
There we go, mate. Got to be able to see your face.
Hope you can say hello. But we're both. It was
hello.
Yeah, the crowd was a bit after the game because they're mostly Brisbane people, but we thought they were stunned.
Wait, bring the camera back to you so I can see you.
Yeah.
There we go.
They were stunned.
Yeah.
The
Brisbane crowd?
Brisbane people, they thought they were going to win easy.
Yeah.
The crowd was, I don't know how many, maybe a few thousand.
No.
What
Was
do you
there?
reckon?
I don't know.
Maybe a
There was
couple
quite a few
thousand.
people.
They said 2,500 on the broadcast.
Yeah, it would have been about that. So it was easy to get around, and we thought we'd go to it because up here, but it was good to see.
Yeah, it was good.
I know practice matches are, as I said to you, no, indication, but if they play with the speed,
Yeah,
they were so. I know it's not just the ball, the passing and everything, compared to last year, which I thought they were slow a lot of times.
Yeah.
And that's easy to say, but I think even if it's a practice match, I think that Brisbane were out there to win it at their home place, right? Or whatever you call simulation. So I thought they were quite, I know it's early, not even round 0, but I thought it was impressive.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I like what I saw tonight. And
Yeah.
I think it's a nice positive first step of the year.
Yeah, I mean, the goal kicking was quite good. They weren't bombing it, which I noticed a lot of times. Sometimes, but they were looking for players, which was
They
good.
weren't turning into players, they were turning out from players to try and get the ball out. They were, they weren't giving up. They were scrummaging for the ball all the time, and they just looked like they were determined.
And Ollie Hollands played well, I thought. Don't know if you thought.
I thought he did too. Have a look what
I
he did.
thought he was on the wing, and I thought it looked like he was on the wing, but it seemed to suit him compared to halfback, right? I don't know if
Yeah.
he's going to play there, but he's got. We seem to have a lot of pace in it, and that a guy before I go, it was a standout. I thought was Taylor Byrne.
It's a great first impression.
Oh, he was.
Mm.
He seemed to have a little bit of pace about him too, but he seemed to do a lot of good things.
Mm.
Yeah.
And Jordan Boyd wasn't too bad in the back line.
Yeah, he was.
Anyway,
mate.
Anyway,
I'm glad,
you can't. I mean, you can't. A win's a win, isn't it?
Well, it's not a real win.
Oh. It's sort of a win, isn't it?
No, look, it's just good to have footy back, I think.
Yeah, I think that. Anyway,
I thought Brisbane would have gone more for the win just for their fans, considering you know, they won the premiership and everything, and I was just like, what's going on with you guys, you know?
And their training venue.
Like they were a bit dirty too. Am I allowed to say that? In the back.
Yeah, they were throwing. Yeah.
So anyway, Terry.
All right. Well,
Geelong and
thanks.
then maybe Sydney.
Pardon?
Geelong next week, and maybe
Geelong next week.
big game is probably Sydney. Well, every game's a big game, but anyway, that's the start of the season, isn't
Are
it?
you going to the Sydney game?
Of course, I'll be there with bells on.
So it was good to be there for a win because we didn't know what to expect
Yeah.
with everything, you know. So
There'll be no chocolate for Charlie.
Not at all. We've thrown them at him.
a few bananas. Anyway, I'll let you go, Terry.
All right, guys. You have a good night.
See ya.
See you later.
See ya. All right. The fan cams are back for 2026. And that'll do us for the night. That was fun. Yeah. Good start. I'm glad that the performance tonight gave us something to be happy about rather than frustrated about. I think there's still a lot to work on, but so far so good. So far so good. And it's only one game. And it's not even real. It's match simulation. But thank you very much for those of you who tuned in. Welcome back. Things are starting to get really normal. We'll have coverage tomorrow with the review. And I'm going to do some digging about Adam Chera, but looks like that's a hamstring injury. We did get some updates on Nick Newman. He got through unscathed, so it's a positive. I think Lucas Camporelli was vomiting 3 times. So we'll see. We'll check on him and see if he's okay. And then we'll be back next week. Before I go, like literally last chance tomorrow. If you want to get tickets to the season launch event, Friday, 20th of February. Season. I might have to do it this way. Season launch tickets. I'm going to put the link here. If you are a member and you haven't got your ticket yet and you would like to get your ticket, please get in touch with me. Otherwise, there is your link there to get tickets to the season launch. I can't wait. We're gonna kick off the year in style. So I look forward to seeing you on Friday. And if I don't see you there, there will be a training session on Saturday. So training report will come on Saturday afternoon. Otherwise, that's it. That's us for the evening. Thanks, guys. Go Blues.